Thanks for staying tuned. It's still iBrand Daybreak, and it's time to talk money, talking about our money motivation series. Now, passive income can be a great way to help you generate extra cash flow, whether you're running a side hustle or whether you're just trying to get a little extra cash each month. Passive income can help you earn more during the good times and tide you over if you suddenly become unemployed or even if you voluntarily take time away from work. Now, joining us to discuss passive income ideas for wealth creation is Gamaliel Tanimomo, a business analyst who joins us via the phone. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Good morning to our listeners. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show. So let's start. What are the passive ideas that you would suggest that folks can adopt to create wealth?
Okay, so passive income can be a great way to generate extra cash flow.
Yep.
And it has become imperative with the way the economy is to diversify or look inward. Having said that, the route to generating passive income is not sector specific.
Okay.
So you need to look at what works for you, look at what you are comfortable with, and all of that. But from the top of my head, one of the things you can do right now is why not write an ebook?
Okay.
So, for example, I tell people selling services now, convert your service into a product. So if I write an ebook, depending on whatever genre that appeals to my audience, and I'm able to sell, maybe I put that ebook on Amazon, no plagiarism, real life stories, and I'm able to sell that book for $1. Imagine if I have 20 people, or 50 people, or 100 people, or 1,000 people buy that book. That's a lot of money. And that's number one. Number two that I would suggest is do rental income if you can. One of the things that COVID has done is that COVID rapidly changed business model. Up until now, we all would think that you need to go into an hotel to book a room, but a lot of people are using spare spaces to generate income. So if you have a duplex in your house and it's well furnished and you're not using it, put up the available space for passive income. Do short lets.
Okay.
Allow people to stay in there. Accommodation in Lagos is crazy. A lot of people commute between two extremes. Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
of
You
course
have
we
the
can.
floor. Shoot.
Okay. A lot of people commute between two extremes just to come to work. So I'm staying in Ikorodu and I'm working on the island and I have to go on that route every day. It causes wear and tear my body. I'm tired mentally. I'm exhausted. If you have a room on the island, put it up. Let people come and do Monday to Friday and they pay you some money rather than just closing or locking up the room. The room is gathering dust. You are going to pay your landlord at the end of the month and all of that. So that is rental income. If you are an academic and you are good with what you do, create a course.
Okay.
Right now, COVID has also told us that you can learn from the confines of your office. I know a lot of people that did great courses, amazing courses during COVID. They got certification and all of that. So create a course. And no course is stupid. I mean, let me say that again. No course is stupid. So you might think that cooking is stupid. A lot of people, you just subscribe to your YouTube channel. I know of someone, all he does on his YouTube channel is to teach men how to knot ties, how to dress like a gentleman. And he has million followers. And of course, you know how the Google Analytics works, all the social media engines. Once you have traffic to your site, you get a lot of money. And that is what some of our guys in the entertainment industry is working on. What other thing can you do? Invest in a high yield savings account. A lot of people have money lying down in banks.
Okay.
And the bank will, I'm sorry, I was an ex-banker, but the bank will charge you this charge, that charge, maintenance fee, non-maintenance. And so you know what is happening? Your 2K has reduced to 1K, and before your very end, it has gone to 500. So they have some spare cash in the bank. Look out for who to give this money to. But of course, the caveat is that you must be careful. The investment must be worth return. I mean, the investment must be worth it and all of that. So let me stop here for now.
All right.
Okay.
You've mentioned a couple of things which are very, very, very valid, and I must say that. Now let's look at the first. So someone who has a strenuous 9-to-5 job living in the city of Lagos, when it comes to income or generating income, there's a need to monitor what brings income, just so you don't have the wrong persons get a hold of it or have to monitor it for you, and then you run at a loss. So someone who has a 9-to-5 job and also wants a passive income and needs something that he or she can monitor and also is not capital intensive, would you recommend all of those things you had mentioned for that person?
Okay, so I didn't quite get your question. You might have to be a little bit audible, please.
All right, what I said is, for someone who has a 9-to-5 job,
Okay.
living in a city like Lagos, you know how you have to wake up early to get to work, and also you need a passive income. I know when it comes to income generation, there is a need to monitor what brings income, just so someone doesn't get a hold of it or someone else monitoring it for you and you run at a loss. So someone who has a 9-to-5 job and needs to make extra cash from all of these things you had mentioned, and it's not capital intensive, would you recommend what you just mentioned to that person?
Okay, so that is a triple question. If I run a 9-to-5 job, so the question is, do I also want to take out of my employer's time
Exactly.
to make money, which I don't think is ethical. However, what I can suggest is that you have a 9-to-5 job and you are supposed to close by 5. By which time, depending on where you are or anywhere you're coming from, traffic is at its peak. Why not sit back and do a little bit of investment in yourself? Learn some additional skills. Start a YouTube channel. This will cost you. You will not break a bank to start a YouTube channel. Now, let me quickly point out a caveat. Passive income takes a while to mature. So you can't expect to hit the ground running. Let me use that word like we consultants use. When they hire you, they tell you to hit the ground running. Passive income doesn't work like that. So if I go back to the examples I cited earlier, where you have to list your spare room for someone who is shuttling between the Korodu and Lekki, it can't happen, because one of the things you need to do is to do due diligence, to do verification. Who are these people? Set boundaries, putting this, putting that. Otherwise, people will just come and mess your properties up and all of that. So if you're doing a 9-to-5 job, your best bet is to harness social media. But of course, you must ensure that there is no you don't eat into your employer's time. Another thing you can do is to use your WhatsApp. A lot of people have WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a means of advertising, or advertisement rather. So imagine if you have 5,000 contacts on your list. Imagine if you put up a creative, I can help you write a CV. I mean, imagine how many people will view that thing. Imagine how many people will come to you to say, I need a CV. So you are in your office. You're not doing anything. You're just updating your status. Offer value. Don't just be updating status with TikTok videos that no one is generating value from. Offer value. Those are the things that come to mind right now.
Okay.
Okay. You spoke earlier about book publishing, ebook precisely, among others. For those who are writers or aspiring writers, pardon? Hello, are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I said you spoke earlier about ebook publishing for writers or aspiring writers who can, delve into that as a means of passive income generation. My question is this. what's the cost of delving into that, aspect of passive income in terms of ebook publishing for someone who is trying to, invest in that kind of a business? What would be the cost for the person or to the person
On the
rather?
top of my head, I don't think the cost, you won't break the bank to do any e-publishing. All you need to do is get some good apps. There's some nice apps that can help you write books.
Okay.
I think there's a Canva app that can help you design whatever it is that you want to do. And I'm not saying you should do a bestseller. No, don't do a bestseller. 5 pages, 10 pages. You can use a PDF to write your books. Use a PowerPoint to write it. Use a Canva to design it. So I'm not saying you should go and break a bank. No, those are very, very simple things that one can do. Write, follow your passion. Follow your instinct. Follow what you love to do. Write about what you love to do. So that's it for ebook writing.
Okay. Aside ebook, publishing now, what other areas would you look at in terms of the cost? Which is, we're looking at the average Nigerian who can't afford much in terms of investing into passive income. So, what other passive income opportunities are there that cost very little for the average earner in Nigeria?
Okay, so I'm trying to be as realistic as possible.
Okay.
The best way to create passive income is, 1, find a product or a service, and 2, use WhatsApp to market. I view how many WhatsApp statuses in a day, and all I see there, I don't see anything rather than what is trending on Twitter. I've seen them before, and it becomes boring. Create a product, like I said.
Okay.
Create a service, and then use your status. So for example, I'm commuting between Ikorodu and Third Mainland Bridge in the morning, and I'm doing nothing. I'm just sleeping in the bus. What can you do between that period? Use your Canva app, spelled Canva, to come up with an e-flyer of what you do.
Okay.
And update your WhatsApp status with that creative. You never can tell. Commuting between Ikorodu and Third Mainland, 10 people will view it. And because there's luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. Somebody might just say, oh, I need a this. I need so do this. Okay, let me pay you. And gradually, you might not charge the going or the prevailing market rate. You might just crash your prices because you are a relatively unknown brand. And you know what is happening. Your passive income is gradually meeting up neck to neck with your regular income and all of that.
All right, thank you
Okay.
so much, Gamalia, for sharing your thoughts on this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay, now that was Gamalia Tanimo More. We'll take a very short break now. Coming up next, the sports segment and social media boss will be standing by after sports, so please stay tuned.